Today, we will be telling you how two flowers, the narcissus and the hyacinth, came about. Upon Mount Olympus, the narcissus flower was brought into being by Zeus to help his brother Hades. Hades wanted to carry away the woman he fell in love with, Persephone, into the underworld. And so one day, Persephone and her fellow friends were in a grassland picking flowers of iris, roses, and violets. All of a sudden, she caught sight of a new flower so beautiful that she had to go pick one. She separated from her group, and right as she went to pick the narcissus, a canyon appeared beneath her, and from it Hades emerged, capturing Persephone and taking her into the underworld. There is also another story of how this flower came to be. There once was a man named Narcissus who was so beautiful that all the girls wanted to be his wife. He rejected all of them, including the prettiest of the nymphs, Echo. Echo was cursed by Hera so that she could only repeat what was said to her. This curse was hardest for her when Narcissus finally noticed Echo, but then rejected her when he found out who she was. One nymph who was hurt by Narcissus prayed to the god Nemesis so that Narcissus would only love himself. The god answered her prayer, and when Narcissus looked at his reflection in a river, he never looked away. He stayed there till he died, and when the nymphs came to bury his body, it wasn't there. A new and lovely flower took the body's place, and they called it the narcissus. Next is the story of how the hyacinth came about. Apollo and a beautiful man named Hyacinth were competing in a discus throwing competition. Hyacinth was Apollo's best friend, and both knew that Apollo would win. They were just having some fun. But as Apollo threw his discus, it went past his target and struck Hyacinth in the head, causing a wound that would end his life. Apollo sped to his greatest companion's side and accompanied him as he died. As Hyacinth's blood colored the grass red, it sprang up and turned green again, emerging a new flower that would be named after the young man. Now I ask, what are the lessons of these stories? In the story of Persephone and Hades, the lesson is that you should never go to an unknown place by yourself. Always stay in a group. In the story of Narcissus, you should never be self-centered because you end up all alone. Lastly, in the story of Apollo and Hyacinth, the lesson is to never blame yourself for something you did on accident. All of these stories can teach us that something beautiful can come out of something bad that has happened. I hope you learned a thing or two about how the narcissus and the hyacinth came about. Thanks for watching!